Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. Today is November 12th, and we are going to be taking chart requests here from the live chat and also over here from the Discord under the chart request thread here. We got some chart requests we're going to be going over here. Algorand, Jasmy, XSwap, Rose, Uni, APT, HBAR. Okay, we got some names over here. Filecoin, XRP, Alt, CMG, all great requests. We got some from Jennifer here, Cody, ENPH, SMLR, SEZL, and Bill. We're going to be covering all of these today along with the chart requests from the live chat. Today, I started the stream an hour early. I just got some personal things I got to take care of this evening. So I wanted to start early to still give you guys a couple hours here for chart requests. Ultimately, these Wednesday live streams are for you guys. They're for your chart requests. So show up. Get your chart requests in the chat. You guys can always drop your chart requests over here in the Discord as well under the chart request thread. These get answered here on Wednesday streams, and I hope everybody is having a great day so far. We got Bitcoin here holding on to 98,000 today. We do have a red dot here on the daily, so with that red dot in place, if we were holding Bitcoin, this would be the level you wanted it to hold, right? We never want to set a stop loss until we see a red dot. Now that Bitcoin has a red dot, this is just a potential sell signal, right? Potential sell signal. It means a potential reversal to the downside. So if Bitcoin does end up losing 98,000 here, it could sell off further down here to 80 or 90,000. So again, the important thing to watch here is going to be the $98,000 level. We got that green dot right there on Saturday, November 8th. That marked the bottom. They said, hey, this is the potential bottom. Doesn't mean it's 100% the bottom, but hey, this is a place where a potential bottom could be in. So 98,000 is a big level here for Bitcoin that we're going to be watching. And again, we will be taking some chart requests here from the live chat. So make sure you guys drop those. With that being said, let me just go ahead and go over our strategy really quick before we get into the charts, because we need to know what we are doing here before we look at the charts. Okay, for those of you that are new, for those of you that are here, every single live stream, I'm going to cover our trading rules here because it is the most important thing to have. If you guys are going to get into this industry, you need to have a plan, you need to have a strategy, and you need to have a place where you're going to place your entries and place your exit. Because ultimately what we're trying to do as traders is we want to buy assets, companies, cryptocurrencies when they are low and sell them when they are high. I know that sounds really corny, but we do have indicators, we do have charts, we do have technical analysis that allows us to do that. Okay, and we'll get into the strategy here. So everything we do here, guys, is based on three things. Okay, three things and three things only. Okay, we call this the LDD method: logic, data, and discipline. Okay, logic, data, and discipline. Okay, so the first rule of our strategy is that we are swing traders here that focus on a monthly and a daily chart. So all of our trades that we take here, all of our positions that we enter, we are looking to hold those positions for a 1 to 6 month time frame. So if you're playing these signals, I've seen a couple of you in chat today talking about how you bought something this week and it went down. Again, if you're going to use these signals, if you're going to use this strategy, you need to wait at least at a minimum 6 months. Okay, we say 1 to 6 months because things can happen really fast, right? You saw something like ICP here the other day. We entered this one at $3. It ran up in literally 10 days. It went from $2.90 all the way up here to $10. So of course we're taking profits up here, but again, that was a 10-day period of time if you entered off this green dot. So we use the 1 to 6 month rule. If you're buying these signals, if you're entering trades using this strategy that we're talking about, you have to be able to wait 1 to 6 months. That means if you enter in your trade, the trade goes down 20% the next day, you have to have the conviction to hold that trade because your plan going into the trade was to hold it for 1 to 6 months. Okay, these signals are not going to work. The time frames that we trade are not going to work if you cannot hold for 1 to 6 months. Okay, that is our typical time frame. So we enter and exit positions using our trading indicators. The green dot means buy and the red dot means sell. When I talk about the red and green dots here, let's just go back to a chart of Bitcoin. This is the easiest one to reference. You can see that we got this buy signal back here in 2023 at around $17,000. This one came right here in 2019. This was 6 years ago. The price of Bitcoin was $4,000. And back here in 2015, the price was $300. So ideally, right, if you're going long, these are like 2-year trades if you're buying when the wave's down here. But typically, what we look for Rule number 4 for a buy is we want the chart, the asset, to have a green dot on the monthly chart. So the green dot on the monthly chart just tells us that we are going in the upward direction. Okay, this pretty much means buy and hold for 1 to 6 months. You can see this signal came back here, October 2023 at 27,000. This was Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin 27,000. We got the signal right here in October. Obviously, it's sitting up here at 120. It hit as high as 130. But what we're looking for, the very first thing in our buy strategy, is that we want to have the green dot there on the monthly chart. That tells us that the direction is in our favor and going up. Typically, what that means is it's going up for the next 1 to 6 months. That's typically what the signal means in general, but it is a potential reversal. So right now, Bitcoin has had a red dot since September. Okay, that was all the way back there at 115. So we're not bullish on Bitcoin. We're not looking to enter trades on Bitcoin. We don't care about Bitcoin right now. We don't care to buy it. Why? Because the dot is red. The red dot tells us that we are coming down. And until it reverses and until it switches to green, we're not bullish on the asset. So the first thing I'll look for when you guys request charts today is, does it have a green dot on the monthly? If it does, great. We should be looking for trades, which brings us to rule number 5. So rule number 4 is we only buy assets that have a green dot on the monthly chart. Rule number 5 is we want to buy the day of the daily green dot in or around the golden zones, and this is as long as the monthly is green. So the equation is right here. This is the buy strategy. Buy strategy equals monthly green dot plus daily green dot equals buy. Okay, again, we're focused on a monthly chart and a daily chart here. Do we look at the weekly sometimes? Yes. Do we look at the 4 hours sometimes? Yes. But the general focus is the monthly and the daily. So what I mean by the daily dot is we're looking at a monthly chart right now, right? Each one of these candlesticks right here is 1 month's worth of time. So you can see this candle represents November's price action. So it's November 12th. So it's 12 days worth of price action right here. 12 days. Okay, this was April. This was May. This was June. This was July. So each one of these candles is 1 month's worth of time. Okay, let's just go to the Heikin-Ashi just for fun. Okay, you go to the daily here. So again, as long as the monthly is green, and again, Bitcoin's just not green, so we would not be looking for pullbacks. Let's just go to another name here really quick. Like let's go to Uniswap. Didn't give it yet. Maybe Filecoin. Yeah, so Filecoin has the green dot on the monthly, right? We entered this at like 155, but you can see it has a green dot on the monthly. So what we'd be doing on Filecoin now is we'd be zooming in because, again, we got the confirmation on the monthly. Now we're looking to the daily. So each one of these candles is 1 day's worth of time. So on the daily now, we are looking for the green dots on the daily now that the monthly is green. Okay, so we got the confirmation. We no longer need to worry about the monthly chart anymore. We can come in here to the daily, and we can pinpoint additional entries on these green dots. So if Filecoin gets a green dot here in the next couple of days, okay, that would be a great entry. Why? Because, again, it's green on the monthly. This tells us that we're going up for 1 to 6 months. Okay, we're in November. It's just now showing up here in November. So we're on the daily chart now, looking for green dots here. If you see, you got in on that one back there on November, what was that, the 6th? That was right there at $1.50. It popped all the way up to $4. If you guys took profits up here, congratulations. But now it's had a little 5-day pullback. So again, the majority of retail was probably piling in up here at $5, okay, where we were buying it down here at $1.50. So now that it's had this pullback, all we need to do is fix our eyes on the dots here on the daily and look for a reason to buy it. A reason to buy it would be here on the daily chart, that daily dot coming. If we can hold on to $2 here on Filecoin and get a green dot in the next couple of days, I think this thing's going right up there to $5-6 easy. So this chart's looking really good. Filecoin's looking very good. So that's the buy strategy. And just like the buy strategy, folks, a lot of people get into this industry and they'll look for the best buy strategy. Something that's even more important than a buy strategy is a sell strategy, and that's why we have one here in the plan. So what we just went over was our buy strategy. Now we have a selling strategy as well. Okay, so our selling strategy, and let's just go back to a chart of Bitcoin because again, it's the easiest one to chart. You can see sell strategy number 1 is that we want to sell a red dot in the red zone on the daily chart. So when I talk about the red zone today, okay, I'm talking about this zone up here. If you guys don't know what this indicator is, it's called the Fibonacci. Okay, it's a Fibonacci indicator. If you do not know what a Fibonacci indicator is, it is a very popular tool used among traders. I have a free trading course over here, completely free. There's 7 or 8 videos in here. This one right here is a really good one to watch on the Fibonacci. Also, this one explains our whole strategy in depth. But there's 7 or 8 videos over here. I'd highly recommend coming and watching this one. This isn't my video, but this is a guy on the internet that explains the Fibonacci tool very, very well. But typically with our strategy, what we're looking to do is we're looking to sell these red dots. And again, this sell strategy is for a daily chart. So we're looking for the red zone on a daily chart. So if you could see here, this red dot right here on Bitcoin came back here October 7th. That was literally the exact top right there at 123, 124. And you can see what happened ever since. It's sold off. So anytime we get up here in the red zone on our assets and get a red dot, that is when we are looking to take profits. A red dot in the red zone is where we're looking to take profits. You even got one right there on the 29th, right there around 113. So it's going to be really interesting to see if Bitcoin does end up hanging on to 98,000 here. But that is sell strategy number 1. And then sell strategy number 2 is we want to sell. Let's go to a chart of Ethereum on this one. Sell strategy number 2 is we sell when the stochastic RSI, that is the light blue line on the trading indicator, hits the white dotted line on the monthly chart. Okay, the stochastic RSI, if you guys have the indicator, that's going to be this light blue line right here. Okay, the light blue line. Whenever that gets up here close to the white dotted line like it did back here in February, March of 2024, you can see it called the top right there around 4,000. It sold all the way off. Back here in 2021, it topped out right in here around 4,000 again, and then sold all the way off. So that's sell strategy number 2. Anytime the macro stochastic RSI gets back up here to this range, you can see Ethereum was back down here at the bottom. That light blue line was at the bottom. The closer to 0, the better on the monthly. Okay, and you can see that was in April. Where was that at? That was Ethereum $1,700. Now it's all the way up, it went all the way up to 5,000, and now it's pulling back. So you can see Ethereum also has a red dot here on the monthly as well, which is concerning. If you're in the Ethereum trade, I would definitely have a stop loss set at like 3,000. As long as the ETH can hold on to 3,000, I think it still looks good. We're just kind of basing here and waiting for that next explosive move. So that's the strategy, guys. The buy and sell strategy. Again, there's a free trading course over here for you. If you guys are new, that goes over that in depth. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into your guys' chart requests here. Go ahead and drop them in the chat. I'm going to be taking our member chart requests over here from the chart request thread first. We'll start up here at, I believe we left off at Pigeon Man 0531. Before we jump into these, I just want to pray for us real quick. God, thank you for all that you're doing for us and all that you've done for us and all that you're going to do for us. I pray that you will continue to set our hearts to be fixed more and more on you, Lord. Help us make good decisions in our investments. With the way we take care of our money, with the way we're generous with our money. Just help us in all that we do, Lord. We praise your name in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. So let's start here with Pigeon Man, FK or VKTX. This is Viking Therapeutics. And this one is breaking out here. We got the monthly signal back here in October. So if you entered that, you probably got in right there around $30 off the signal there. It's just melting up. So what we'd be doing now on VKTX, if we're following our sell strategy, is waiting till it gets back up here to the red zone. So the red zone's up there at $70. If it gets any pullbacks or green dots, you can be adding in those places. Samuel, what's going on, brother? Donald, Christina, Strick, Rob, Young, Jose, Dre. Love seeing you guys here on the live. I hope everyone is doing very, very well. Let me just get through our member requests, and then I will get to you guys here in the chat. I'm looking forward to today's live stream and hanging out with you guys. FRSH, if you want to play this one, I would wait for the green dot here on the monthly. It looks like it has a pretty strong base down here at 1050. So if you want to take a stab at this, their earnings look like they're doing pretty good here. That monthly confirmation will be it, but it's looking like it's bouncing there right off 10. So you could play this with a stop loss at 1050. 1050 is just the bottom where we bounced right here and where we bounced back here. But this one looks pretty good. We got SGML. SGML has a green dot here on the monthly. So again, if we have the monthly, we are then looking to the daily chart for green dots. So you got one a couple days ago there last Friday at around $5. It's sitting at around $6 right now. But I would say this one is a buy as long as it holds on to $4. Our target's always up here in the red zone. Our target would be right up here at around 14. But that one looks pretty good as long as it holds 420. We got Rose from Roger. And if you guys can't put your chart requests in over here in the chart request thread, you need to click on this link right here. Okay, this will pull up our different memberships. So we added in a captain rank to the Discord. So if you can't type, if you're not able to type in the Discord over here, all you need to do is come over here and you need to upgrade to a captain rank. That's what's going to get you that chart request feature. You'll also get access to captain's chat. If you guys are a recruit, you can obviously become a Spartan for as little as $4 a month. And then the captain rank is right there at $30 a month. That's going to get your chart requests answered on every single live stream that we do, Wednesday and Friday. You guys can drop chart requests in here at any time, and we'll cover them no matter what over here. So Rose is still sitting at 2 pennies. Still sitting at 2 pennies. It's got a green dot here on the monthly. So if you believe in this project over the long term, right here is where we're adding. We're buying this thing right here off the monthly. That looks good. And I got to move that into the green list, actually, because it is green again. What else we got? We got Uniswap. Uniswap had a monster move. What was that, yesterday? I'm kind of kicking myself for not taking some off at 10, but I think this thing's going much, much higher. If you look at the weekly chart here, you can see that every time it gets a green dot down here, it's a time to buy. You can see back here in 2024, $5 all the way up here to 19, came back here, green dot in April, $5 all the way up to 12, and now it's giving you another one here this week. It had that big pump up. Had that big move up there. It didn't quite get to the red zone. That's why I didn't sell it. And now we're getting a little bit of a pullback here. So I'm watching for this one to find a bottom here around $7. And again, I'm targeting at least $12 on this. I think the weekly chart is probably the most attractive. You can see, again, every time the blue wave comes down here, it's been a time to buy. And you're getting that signal here this week. So if you missed Uniswap, I think we bought this thing around $6. It's sitting. It came back a little bit. It hit 10, and now it's sold all the way back off to 7. So we're looking for reasons to buy. That reason would be on the next green daily dot if we get one. So I think this thing's going to find a base. It's at 7. I'm still long on this thing as long as it holds 450. That's the low down here. Again, our entry's back here at like, I don't know. I think it was like $5 or $6. I can't remember exactly where we got in, but I think it was around $6 is where we got in. And it had a really nice, that was like a 42% move yesterday. Now there's some selling, some profit taking. So we'll see where this one goes. It's still very strong. It's still above our 9-day moving average. It looks very, very strong. Up above $6. Uniswap is extremely strong here. I really like how the weekly chart looks. It doesn't have the monthly yet, but look how the monthly's turning green here. So like I said, above $5, I really like Uniswap still, and I am still a holder of that one. APT, this one gave the golden dot. The golden dot came, that was last week. So again, these golden dots, we treat these like monthly dots. Okay, so it's all it means is it's a buy and hold for 1 to 6 months. Okay, I have a layout over here for you guys in the trade alerts on how to trade the signals. You can see the golden dot right there on the daily chart is a buy and hold for 1 to 6 months. So all we're doing is we're entering a position here and we're waiting for it to retract back up here to the red zone. So the red zone right now is between 6 and 7. This thing's been pretty beat up. It's actually sitting back at the low of 2023. So this is all-time lows right now. Back in 2022, again, this is a 3-year low. I'm sorry, a 2-year low right now. So it's at the lowest price in 2 years that it's ever traded. So if you believe in the asset right now, you're buying it at the cheapest price in 2 years. Okay, it's been as high as $20, and it's sitting down here at 3. So I have a position on this currently. I entered off the golden dot there, and I'm just holding it and waiting till we get back up here to one of our sell targets. I still do like APT here. What else we got? We got H-bar. This was the one I've seen a couple people complaining about. So this one gave a weekly signal this week. Probably came at around 18 cents. It's at 17 cents now, so it's down a whole penny. I still like the H-bar trade as long as it can hold on to 15 cents. As long as it holds 15, I like it. You can see that's a solid support level right here, solid support level. We're looking at the weekly right now. The monthly is red, though. So if you're in this trade, again, you need to probably use a stop loss at $15. That's where we bounced here. That's where we bounced here. And again, your target should be up here at 27 to 28. This one did give a weekly signal to show up to start the week this week, but it has faded away. So if you want to protect your capital, you could use a stop loss somewhere around 15 on that one. It's going to be interesting to see where this thing ends the week. We got Algorand. Algorand had a weekly yesterday. It is still red on the monthly. So I would wait for either the weekly or the monthly. If you entered off the weekly that we got a couple days ago, you just need to wait. Now you just need to be patient. Again, you're buying at these lows right here, at these lows right here. Okay, we came all the way down here to 10 cents back in 2024 and ripped all the way up to 6. So on algo, I would wait for the monthly dot there. And this thing, again, it has support right there at around 14. So that is your support line at $14. Just like H-bar was 15, Algorand's is 14. And again, you got... apparently, the ISO stuff is supposed to go into play on November 22nd. If you guys don't know what the ISO 20022 is, that's supposed to go into play here in 10 days. So that is pretty much where the whole entire banking system is going to swap over to cryptocurrency. And that's where they're going to use HBAR, Algorand, XRP, XLM, and all those names. So that'll be interesting. Jasmy here. I think if you like Jasmy, you buy it down here at a penny. I mean, it's sitting at a little bit below a penny. You can see that's where it found support right here back in April at 0.008. So if you're playing that weekly dot, go ahead. The monthly is really far down here right now. So again, you want to wait for either the monthly signal. If you want to jump the gun and play the weekly, that's okay. We do that sometimes here because the weekly dot's going to come before the monthly dot. Normally on the weekly, I like to play those if the wave is way down here. Okay, so what I'd be doing on Jasmy is either A, waiting for the monthly, or taking a position right here at around a penny. A penny's a good solid number here, and we bounced on it back here in March. So Jasmy's interesting. It's just missing that monthly signal. We got XSwap. XSwap's still hanging out. Not really doing much. This is one of the low cap plays. I target about 6 cents on this one. We got Snapchat. Snapchat broke out over $9 today. Beautiful breakout. Okay, targeting 12 to 13. We were buying this one back here at $7. So I think Snap's coming back up here to 12, probably by the end of the year. That one still is a hold. Hopefully you got in on this green dot right here at around 8. You're already up $1. That thing just looks like it's going straight up there to 12. I really like that one. And we got VeChain. A few more here from the Discord, then we'll take some from the live chat, guys. We got the weekly dot here on VeChain. This thing is just consolidating here again. It's got a nice monthly candle showing up here. So as long as it holds that low from October, it looks pretty good. Okay, target on that would be up here at around 3 cents. It did get the green dot on the daily back here at 0.014. You're going to just need to wait for the monthly or play the weekly. I like it here. Down here at 0.0016. It looks good. It's been as high as 8 cents. We got Filecoin. Filecoin's another one that really took off this week for us. Beautiful, beautiful trade. 2 days, it went from 140 up to 4. It was at the top of the red zone right there, and now it's pulling back. So all we're waiting for on Filecoin is another green dot here. I think that one's going to get a bounce here in the next couple of weeks, and we should be trading back between the $4 and $6 level. Just watching the daily now that we have that monthly alert. So the monthly alert tells us that, hey, the next 1 to 6 months, the direction should be going up. So as the direction is going up on the monthly, we should be looking for these pullbacks on the daily for opportunities to add. So what I'm watching for on Filecoin now is that green monthly. Or sorry, the green daily. We got XRP doing a whole lot of nothing. Just chopping around. People are losing their faith in XRP, I think. But if that ISO thing goes into play on the 22nd in 10 days, this thing should absolutely fly. So what I want to see is the green monthly. Okay, we bought XRP down here in August at 50 cents. Okay, you see that green dot came right there. We had a bunch of green dots down here at around 50 cents. Popped all the way up to 3, and we've just been going sideways, building the base here. So up above $2, XRP is still bullish. I don't know. It's just doing a whole lot of nothing right now, though. Not a lot of momentum. So it's consolidating. I'm just watching $2 on this one. I would like to see the monthly come back here in December and just absolutely skyrocket. That would be the most ideal situation there. December is going to be a big month. I think December is going to be a big month for crypto. We got alts here. This one was up 4% today. We've been buying this one down here around $2, and they got a target of 9 to 10. So I still like this one down here at around 2. I'd be buying it down here. I still like the weekly chart. The weekly chart still looks good. Okay, everything looks good on alts. Okay, target would be 9 to 10 on that. I'm a buyer of alts. That one's in my portfolio, actually. CMG. CMG just needs the monthly here. We need the monthly dot on CMG. This thing's gotten hit really hard. It's down from $70 all the way down here to 30. So we're just looking for the monthly signal now on Chipotle Grill. It did have a golden dot there. It looks like that golden dot came there on Wednesday, right there around 31. So it's got a nice target of 60 to 64. So if you're playing that, right, you probably need to use a stop loss at like $29. But on Chipotle, I'm looking for the monthly. Okay, last time we got a monthly dot was back here in 2018. 2018 was 7 years ago. It went from $6 all the way up to 40. So I'm looking for the green monthly on CMG there. We got Cody from Jennifer. This one's still green here on the monthly. I mean, if you like this project, if you believe in it, you should be buying it down there at 550. ENPH, still stuck at 30, just not doing anything. $30 is a big level for this one. It's just, this is a tough one to chart. It's not doing anything. It's not going anywhere. It's just kind of going sideways. SMLR. This one's down here at the bottom of the golden zone. So again, these golden zones are places we want to be buying. We don't want to buy stuff in the red zone because that's where we want to sell. But when price is down here, this is when we're looking to buy. It does have a red dot on the daily here. I would wait for the green monthly on that one. SEZL. Sezzle. That one's coming down. I'd wait for the weekly on this one. See, the last weekly dot came back here in April. That was at $40. It went all the way up to 180. I would look for the weekly on Sezzle. We don't have any data on the monthly yet, so you need to use the weekly. I think this one's going to set up really nicely here. I think it's going to set up really nicely. They had a good earnings, and it's coming down pretty hard right now. So I'd watch the weekly here on Sezzle. I actually like this setup here on the weekly. That actually looks really good. So that green dot on the weekly will be called out over here. We call out all the signals in the Discord, guys. The weekly alerts, the monthly alerts, the daily alerts, the 4-hour alerts, the golden dots. You guys get all the signals over here. So what I look for on Sezzle is just that weekly. Okay, look for the weekly. We look at the weekly when we don't have any data on the monthly. The reason we can't see data on the monthly is because it just came out back here 2 years ago, and there's not enough data to populate. And by the way, if you guys don't have these trading indicators, the red and green dots, the Fibonacci zones, everything we're talking about here, you guys can download those over here in the Discord under the trading indicator tab. You guys can get the Discord link. Just go to overkillinvestingclub.com or click the link in the YouTube. And there's a link right here that you can click on. It takes a couple of clicks and all these indicators load directly into your TradingView account. But I like this name here. Target would be up here between 160 and 180 on Sezzle. Okay, and I would look for the weekly, like I said, and that will be called out in the Discord over there. I think we got a couple more here in the Discord. Bill, B-I-L-L, Bill Holdings. That one's trying to break out here on the weekly. It's got the green dot there on the monthly, so we'd be long, and it is gapping up. So hopefully you got in right here at around 48. That one looks good. Target would be up there at 90. That one's a buy. And then last but not least, we got SoFi. SoFi is one of the companies I am currently shorting. They just released crypto trading, and now this thing is just absolutely ripping. I'm down a little bit on my puts, and it did break out over the fib here. So this one's very strong. Again, with our strategy, we're not going long in the red zone. If anything, we're day trading up here in the red zone because this means it's very volatile. I did get the green dot there on the 10th. So with our strategy, we're not buying in the red zone. That's just something we don't do. We should have been buying SoFi down here in the golden zone. The golden zone is that bottom layer of the Fibonacci. There's also one in the middle right there. Those are the zones we want to be buying when it comes to the Fibonacci. Okay, and this one called the bottom right here, that green dot in April, and the bottom golden zone right there at $8. This thing's now at 32. So it's attempting a breakout here, but that does look like a double top to me. Okay, and if it keeps breaking out over 33, awesome, great for it. I'll have to close out my puts. But this thing is just so, I mean, look how much it is. If you were trading this one on the weekly, look at this. Back here in April, you would have got in right there at $11. This thing's up 300% on the year. So as swing traders, as someone who's going 1 to 6 months out, a name that's already up 300% on the year, we don't want to buy, right? We want to wait for a dramatic pullback like we got in April when everyone was freaking out about tariffs. Okay, boom, green dot, do the Ripsky. Okay, so I'd look for a pullback on SoFi. I would not be going long on this at all here. If anything, I'd be shorting. My short position is still open. So that is it for the chart request. Again, if you guys can't put your chart requests in over here in the Discord, it's under the chart request thread. Just click on this link right here from Master Chief, and that's going to make you give you the ability to upgrade to Captain, which you could put in your chart requests at any time to get covered on Wednesday and Friday's lives. Thank you guys for those requests. Now I'm going to be reverting my attention here to the live chat. How's everybody doing? Let's go ahead and take some here from the live. Drop your chart requests here in the chat, and we're going to be taking chart requests here for the next hour or so, or until the chart requests stop. What's going on, RJ? BMNR. This thing's just hanging out right here around 40. So it's got the green dot there on the daily. It's red on the monthly, though. So we want to be very careful on this. They had a stock split, so it looks like it's trying to find a base right here between 35 and 40. If I were playing this, I'd probably look to the weekly. You just can't really see a lot on the chart because it had a stock split there in May, so that kind of ruins the chart. But it does have a target for us up here at 120. Yeah, if we can get this video to 300 likes, by the way, on the stream, guys, there's around 138 people watching right now on the live, but if we can get this to 300 likes before we sign off today, I will give away 200 XRP. That's about $500 worth of XRP. If we can get it on the live, if we can do it on the replay, I will give away 100 XRP over here in the Discord. We got to do it by Friday, though. Okay, if you guys are watching the replay, go ahead and smash the like. Let me know you're watching the replay down in the comments section. And again, if we can get the 300 likes by Friday on the replay, if we can do it on the live, awesome. If we can get there by Friday, I'll give away 100 XRP if we could do it on the replay. 200 if we could do it on the live. Here's one for Jeff for Nail, Nail. This one's hanging out down here around 55. Trying to find a base here. It does have a red monthly, so you really want it to hold this low of like 50. If 50 breaks, you'd probably look to buy more down here at 40. Home builders should be doing better with lower rates, but I think a lot of the home builder companies are hurting. We did exit this one around here, around $90, that nail position. We did get those red dots. They weren't in the red zone, but you could see how overbought the wave was. So I really want to see nail hold on to like 50 bucks. Okay, and if 50 breaks, I'd be looking to buy more of it down there at 40. What else we got? Edward, what's going on, my brother? Arweave? I like Arweave. Arweave is, they're like a Filecoin. They're a storage company. They store data on the blockchain. It has a great monthly, so you should absolutely be bullish on this one. As of right now, you should be very bullish on Arweave. They do the same thing as they do this. This actually looks really good. This actually looks really good. It's probably the best request so far. We haven't had many, but it's got the green monthly showing up. So I'm gonna actually add this one in. Is this one tradable on? It's not on Coinbase for some reason, but this thing was all the way up here at 50 back in May of 2024, and it's all the way down here at 4. So if it goes back to 50, that's a 10x trade. I really like it. I'm personally playing Filecoin. Filecoin's in my portfolio. They do the same thing. They store data. They're a data storage project. But this looks really good. Arweave, ticker AR, Arweave. This one looks really good. Great request here from Edward. Yeah, I'd be an absolute buyer of that. Yeah, so in order to use, so if you guys come over here and get the trading indicators, so if you go here to the tab, trading indicator tab, you click on this link, it takes a couple of clicks and everything loads directly in. You can email me if you have any trouble with that, but you need at least the essential plan. You need the essential plan on TradingView. And TradingView is just the website, tradingview.com. So if you don't have a TradingView account, you can come over here to the Trading Apps tab, and you can click on this link right here. This is my affiliate link. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. I think I get a little bit of rewards for referring people, but if you just go to tradingview.com, you can do that, or you can come over here to the Trading Apps tab, and if you want to use the indicators, you do need the essential plan. So that's the first paid plan on TradingView. I think it's like $12 to $15 a month or something like that. I really like this Arweave trade right here, Edward. That looks really good, brother. WLFI. That one was Arweave. AR. Arweave. It's a cryptocurrency. WLFI. This is Trump's. His new crypto company. I mean, this one is strong above 10 cents. This should be a longer term hold for you. There's no data yet, again, just because it's so new. We did get the signal back here at around 12 cents. It popped up to 16, having a little pullback now. As long as this holds 10 cents, it's bullish. I'd be buying any pullbacks as of right now, and there's just not a lot of data on it. So I can't see the weekly, I can't see the monthly. All I can see is the daily, and your opportunity to buy was right there at 12. So if you want another opportunity to buy, wait for either a larger pullback, maybe back down to 12, or wait for the next green dot there on the daily. I have not done ICP yet. ICP, I was thinking about selling half my Filecoin and getting back into this, but I like it. I mean, we bought this literally at the bottom here at $3, and I think I sold mine around $7.50. So I didn't quite time the exact top here, but we did get a red dot there yesterday or Sunday. That was a red dot in the red zone right there, and now it's sold off. So on ICP, all you want to do is wait for the green dot. Again, we got the monthly right here in November, okay? And now it's having a nice pullback here. I actually really like ICP here. I like ICP a lot as long as it can hold on to call it 570, 580. I'd look for a green dot now on the daily. I think we're going to get some of these probably tomorrow or tonight. We get new crypto candles at 4 p.m. tonight. That's Pacific time. But if you want to enter this one again, wait for the daily. Again, you got the monthly signal, so we're good. Right? We're bullish over the next 1 to 6 months. We should be looking to buy pullbacks like this, right? This thing pulled back from 10 all the way down here to 6. That's a 40% pullback. That's a big pullback. But now you can see the buyers are stepping in here. The candle's turning green. So as long as we hold 576 here, it looks really good. We just covered WLFI. Yeah, I'm thinking about selling some Filecoin because I'm up like 60, 70% on my Filecoin, and maybe going back into ICP here on the next daily dot. I think it did get a 4-hour here today at around 6. So $6 is looking like where it's going to bounce, if it's going to bounce. And if it does, I think this one could have a pretty big move to the upside. So we're still bullish on it, right? We're still bullish because we got the monthly signal. As long as the dot is green on the monthly, we should be looking for pullbacks like this. We should be looking for 40% pullbacks. That happened in 3 days. That's insane. Okay, so if you're going to buy this, if you're going to play it, set a stop loss at like 570. 570 on the stop loss here for ICP. Which one was the one before Jasmy? I think that was the one before Jasmy was Algorand. ALGO. What else we got? XLM. XLM, I'm gonna revert you to the weekly here. See, every time we get a green dot here on the weekly, it's a time to buy, time to sell. Okay, so I'm looking for the green weekly there on XLM. It does have a red dot here on the monthly, so you need to play that one with a really tight stop loss if you're going to be in that one. I personally would not touch this one. If you're holding it, I would just look to add more on the next weekly signal here from XLM. Yep, I bought RR today, Rich Tech Robotics. The reason I like this one, it doesn't have any data yet on the monthly, but I want some exposure to the robotics sector because I think robotics is going to be a very hot sector over the coming years, and I think this one is a very good play for it. They're making hardly any money yet, but they're technically a penny stock. It had this big run up. We bought it back here at like 250. It ran all the way up to 7. I think I sold it somewhere around 4. So 2 to 4 is still 100%, but it's pulled back quite a bit here. So I bought some this morning. That green dot came there on Monday, and we're right back down to the lows of where that dot came. So I like RR. If it sells off to $2, I'm just going to buy more. Okay, but my target right now is between 6 and 7. I think it's probably going to go sideways here at this level for a bit. It probably just chop, and then I think it's going to explode to the upside. So I just like the sector. I don't really know any other robotics companies besides Tesla, but this is a low cap play that has the potential to absolutely moon here. What else we got? Brett. I don't know about these meme coins, guys. I'd wait for the weekly on this one. That thing looks like a rug pull to me. But if you want to play it, I mean, it's at the lowest point here. It's at the 2025 lows and the lows here from 2024. So I don't know anything about the project. I just don't do meme coins. So 2 cents is your level you want to watch on that one. Kura. KURA. Is that the stock you're talking about here? It's green there on the monthly. Again, that signal came right there back in July. That was at $6. It's now trading at 10. Target would be up here between 16 and 18. Yeah, I'm still shorting Tesla. Still short Tesla. Why am I short Tesla? We're up here in the red zone. Okay, everyone's talking about Tesla up here. It's in the red zone. This is where we're taking profits. This is where we're selling. Everything's pointing down on Tesla. Okay, it's got the monthly's turning red here. Okay, the weekly also red dot. Okay, all the divergences to the downside. If Tesla breaks down below $40, I'm going to make a lot of money on that short. So it needs to break down below 400. But I mean, it's just up here in the red zone. That's our sell target. Again, we were buying Tesla back here off the gold dot back in March. You see that? That came right there at $220 back in March. This is when everyone was panicking about Tesla. Okay, because it just went from 500 all the way down here to 200. Got the golden dot. Boom. Ripped all the way up to 500. And now we're consolidating. I think the next move for Tesla is going to be down. But if it holds 400, if it continues to hold 400, the chart is obviously strong. But if that breaks down here, the short should pay pretty nicely. And the only reason I'm shorting it is because we're up here in the red zone. You caught some Snapchat at 820. Very nice. Yeah, Snapchat's one of my favorite stocks right now. I think it's got a lot of room to go. Cure from Dennis. What's up, buddy? So this one's getting close to the red zone here. So again, we were buying Cure down here off these green dots down here in the golden zone. Golden zone, green dot, boom. Beautiful trade, beautiful pickup. So we'd be looking to sell this one now off the next red dot. So this has been a great trade. I would look to sell that one probably at around 120. That'd be my target. But we would be looking to take profits on this on the next daily dot. Okay, now that we're this close to the red zone, we should be looking for that daily dot there to take profits on Cure. Healthcare, doing very well here. What else we got? GameStop? GME, what's GameStop doing? Just hanging around 20 bucks. Not doing much. I'd revert you to the weekly here on this one too. Pretty boring stock right now, but you can see we're at the lows where we bounced right here back in March. Nice bounce. I'd wait for the weekly signal on GameStop here. PAI, Parallel AI. What's up, Donald? I don't see that one, buddy. Tickers only for me, guys. Tickers only for me. RNDR. RNDR has the weekly. That monthly setting up really nicely. That monthly looks really good there. This one looks like it's about ready to pop. Okay, back up to $5. That's our target there. It's got the weekly signal here. This looks really good and really strong above 2. So I would say RNDR and Arweave are my two favorite crypto requests from you guys so far. Arweave looks really good. Okay, if you go to Binance's chart, boom. Beautiful looking green dot there. Uniswap. Did we cover Uniswap already? I think we did. Okay, we're just simply waiting for a 4-hour or a daily dot here on Uniswap. I think this one's going to find a bottom at around 7. Target on that is still up here at 12. It had a really nice move yesterday. You're getting some profit taken here. The chart is still very, very strong, though. Very, very strong looking chart. And I'm watching the weekly on Uniswap here, too. See the green dot came right there. Got the green dot back here at 5. Went up to 12. Green dot back here at 6. Went all the way up there. Green dot right here at 7. Went up to 12. All these green dots, it's been a great opportunity to buy, and you're getting one this week on Uni. So I like this pullback here after that big rip to the upside. I'll be looking to add more right now. Looking for a reason to buy. So if it comes down to 7, I think you take a stab at it and buy more. Okay, if you missed this rally, now you're getting an opportunity to buy it. It's dipped 30% in 2 days now. It hit 10. Now it's all the way back down here at 750. I guess that's a 25% dip. But I think that one finds a bottom at around 70 there. Sushi. Sushi swap. Needs the monthly. SMCI, red on the monthly. SMCI's had an ugly month here. $38, pretty big support. I mean, we just don't want to. We don't want to try to take a stab at this as it's a falling knife, because this thing could come all the way down here to 20. Yeah, this is one you want to be careful on. Okay, again, where'd you get the sell signal? The sell signal came right there on October 10th at around $58. Okay, that was your sell signal. Red dot in the red zone. That's where you were selling. Now we're pulling back. If this thing comes back down to 20, we'll buy it. Okay, if that thing hits 20, we'll buy it. But as of right now, it's too risky. Too risky in my opinion. Okay, there's no clear support until like $30. So 20 or 30 is my target to buy SMCI. What else we got? NVIDIA. So NVIDIA has earnings next week, next Wednesday. And I am short NVIDIA as well. So I'm currently short SoFi, NVIDIA, and Palantir, and Tesla right now. So those are four pretty big companies. I have a problem. I'm not going to buy these way up here. I mean, these things have just gone on an absolute rocket. I mean, this thing's gone straight up. So with our strategy, right, we should have been buying right here in June, right there at around 130. Okay, right now, not looking to take a position, especially before earnings. They could crush their earnings and go up, but ultimately we're in the red zone, so we're not looking to play this. Same thing with Palantir. This thing's just on an absolute tear, just going straight up and to the right. So I'm expecting a pullback on Palantir and NVIDIA. I'm short both those names. I got puts. If you guys don't know what a put is, I do have an options course over here you guys can take. It's right here under the options course tab, but that pretty much will teach you how to buy and sell stock options. Stock options are just contracts. So if you don't know how to short a stock, you want to use puts to do that, and I teach all that inside the course. So if you think a name is going to go down, you buy puts and you make money as it goes down. Wow, Zcash is up 22% right now. What else we got? GRT from PK. GRT. Nice little pop there. Still doesn't have the monthly yet, but it is. Look at if you play the support level, support was back here in 2022 at 4 cents. We're sitting at that same level. Okay, that 4 cent level. Okay, we bounced right on it. Okay, this thing went from 4 cents all the way up to $5 off that last green dot. So if you want the confirmation of a bottom, wait for the signal. But I do think this one finds a bottom here. Yeah, I think 6 cents is a great place to be loading up on this if you believe in the project. Exactly, Jeff. What goes up must come down eventually. Nothing goes straight up. There's always corrections. PK said SEI. SEI, I'm looking at the weekly. So it's finding a bottom here around 15 cents. I do like SEI here. I actually do like SEI here. This is one I'd like to add into my crypto portfolio. They got good tech, and they're doing some things. I would be looking to add on the weekly. Okay, the weekly dot will be the signal, just like it was here and here and here. Okay, all of those got you really close to the bottom. So I do really like SEI here. Look for the weekly on SEI, the weekly dot. That'll be your signal. Zcash. Yeah, Zcash is up 22%. I've been a seller of this for a minute. We do have a red dot here on the weekly chart. Look at that. Yeah, I'm taking profits. I think you sell right now up 20% on Zcash. I think you take your profits and run. Okay, this thing's gone on an astronomical move. If you guys entered off the green dot, you were buying Zcash at $40. $40. I can't make this up, folks. Green dot, September 2025, $40 to $50. It's now sitting. It went all the way up to $700. That was a over to 10x trade. You need to take your profits now. You need to run. You need to take your profits and go. What else we got? COAI. Looks like a rug. Oh, and stuff. Not a lot of data. I mean, that was as low as 40 cents. So kind of looks like the selling pressure is done. Now it's just kind of going sideways. So if you like the project, I don't think this is a bad place to buy it, especially because it was up here at $20, but now it's at 89 cents. So one doesn't look like it's on Coinbase. Chain Opera, COAI. Huh. Looks like it got rugged. That's what that looks like. STX has been pretty bearish. Yeah, every crypto's been pretty bearish over the last couple months. Stacks has a weekly. So it's trying to find a base here at 40. Again, if you want to wait for the absolute bottom, wait for the monthly signal. But I do think we're very close, guys. We're sitting at the same level we bounced at back here in 2023. Again, that was right there at 40 cents. We're sitting at 40 cents, so you're buying it at the 2-year low right now. Look what happened last time we hit 40 cents. Ripski all the way up to $4. That was a beautiful trade there. So if you want the bottom for STX, wait for the monthly, but I think you're really close to it right now at 40 cents. COMP. What's up, Daryl? Comp doesn't have the monthly yet either. So again, wait for that signal. XRP. We covered XRP. Pinlink. What's Pinlink doing? I like Pinlink on the weekly here. This is a newer project. I have mine staked on their website, earning like 23% APY. But I'd be playing the weekly here on Pinlink. If you believe in the project, you should be buying Pinlink right here at around 24 if you're using our strategy. Again, we don't have any data on the monthly because it's a brand new project, but that weekly chart looks very good. Arrow, AERO. Yeah, get those chart requests in the chat, guys, if you want them covered. AERO, that one hit the red zone briefly there for a minute up there at 130. And it's coming and testing this level here at $1 now. So $1 is current support. They just don't want to give us the rally, do they? Every single rally is getting met with some sell pressure. It did get the weekly here. So this one really needs to hold like $1. I think up above $1, it looks good. I'd probably use a stop loss at around 90 to 95. 2 big wicks there on top, so I don't like that. But as long as it holds $1, it looks okay. It looks okay. It's still green here on the weekly. So how I'd actually play this is if it prints a red dot here on the on the weekly chart, I would sell it. If you get a weekly signal on Arrow, I would sell it, take profits. Okay, because ideally you should have been buying this one here or here. And those prices were like 60 cents. This one was like 30 cents. So that's what I'd be looking for there on AERO. Velo from Jeff. Weekly looks good. Daily's breaking out here. A lot of these names really broke out over the last week. We're just getting some profit taken here, but we'll see what happens here this weekend. I think it's going to be a big weekend going into December. A lot of stuff going on. I'd still be targeting 7 on this one. This one would be a hold. Hopefully you got in right here on the 7th, right there at 3.5. You're up a little bit, but target would still be up there around 8 cents. Ava. Is Ava a good long-term hold? AVA, that's a Vista. That's up there in the red zone. So we'd actually be taking profits on this one. This is a good prime example of where we take profits, okay? Whenever we get up here in the red zone, we get a red dot, we sell it. So on Ava, I would be taking profits here. If you're talking about the stock. I don't know if you're talking about a crypto. I don't see a crypto there. But you can see how we're in the red zone. So on the next red dot, we'd want to take profits on Ava. Chainlink. Chainlink's just chopping around right now around 15. It's got a red monthly. So a lot of crypto charts right now, I'm looking for weeklies. Okay, I want to see these weeklies print here in December or before December. That will be the bottom signal, okay? Watching the weekly here on Link. I think we're finding support right here at around 13 to 15 bucks. I think my average cost on Chainlink right now is like 16. I was selling some up here between 20 and 25. Sold a lot of it between 20 and 25. Now I'm buying it again on this pullback. So I want to see Chainlink give us a weekly dot here in the next couple of weeks. Watching for that. Watching very closely. AIOZ from Donald. What's going on, brother? My brother from another mother. That's got the weekly signal here. Monthly is not there yet. So if you want absolute confirmation, wait for the monthly. But this thing's very beaten up right now. This thing was all the way up here to $1.30. It's at 16 cents now. Okay, looking for the monthly signal on AIOZ. Chronos, CRO. Chronos trying to find a bottom here at 10 cents. Okay, again, I'm going to revert. Any of these altcoins right now, if you guys want my opinion on where I think we're going to bottom, it's going to be on the weeklies. I think this next round of weeklies is going to be the bottoming signal here. CRO went from 8 cents all the way up to 38 on the last one. And now it's back down to 12 cents. So I'm looking to buy this one here on these green dots on Chrono, CRO. So looking for the weekly on that one. I know the monthly is red here, but we do have strong support there at 10 cents. So as long as we can get a weekly dot above 10 cents, where we dipped down to the other week on that big liquidation, okay, if we can get a green dot above that, that would be very, very bullish. This chart looks very good, actually. Look at that. They just bled this one out. What else we got? GDRX, good request here. Living in Tallahassee, Florida. If anyone needs a house in Tallahassee, Florida, hit up my boy in here in the chat. GoodRx needs the monthly. I think this one, I think the bottom's in here at 3. You got a golden dot right there on Wednesday. It's a big healthcare company. They're not one of the biggest, but they're still a very big company. I mean, they make around $200 million a quarter. I think $3 is the bottom for GoodRx. I think my average cost is around $3.10 to $3.20, so I'm down a little bit on it. If it goes down to $2, I will just simply buy more at that level. But target is 6 to 7. I don't think it breaks 3. $3 is very strong support for it. You got the golden dot there, so watch for a pop here this week. Lina, Linea. This one looks good. Not sure what they do, but as long as it holds a penny, it looks good. Big pullback, first green candle. No data on the monthly, but you can see the daily here. Starting to reverse, starting to break out here. I like that one over a penny. Neo. Neo's selling off. Again, you got the red dots in the red zone back here at 7 to 8. Those were your sell signals. You also had one right here at around 750. I would be out of this name. Okay, we'd be out of this name. Looking for a pullback here on the macro. We already had our profit-taking opportunity here. We should have been buying down here at 350 and selling up here at 8. SUI. We do not want to buy in or around the red zone. SUI here is down at $2. Remember SUI back here in January? Everyone was excited about it up here at 5. Everyone was excited right here around 450. Now it's selling off. People are dumping their bags. People are selling now. People are panicking. What's the fear and greed index at, by the way? Anybody know? I haven't looked at it yet today. 26. So I was talking about this on the last live. I listened to a guy on TikTok. I like to listen to other influencers, guys. I try to get as much information as I can about the markets. I like to see other people's perspectives and what they think. That's a big reason why I started the community, is because I wanted to get around like-minded people who have the same kind of vision and have the same kind of principles. Which, again, we're more swing traders here. We're not day traders. So if you guys are looking to day trade, this isn't the channel for you. This is a swing trading channel, swing trading strategy. But there's a guy on TikTok, and I've listened to him for a while. I can't remember what his name is, or I'll let you guys know. But he's the guy. Him and his daughter make a lot of videos on crypto. But one thing he said that stuck with me about the fear and greed index is that he only likes to buy cryptocurrency. He only likes to buy crypto when we're under 30. So you see this fear and greed index. This is just coinmarketcap.com. So the greatest investor of all time, Warren Buffett, says buy when they're fearful and sell when they're greedy. And if you can follow this rule along with our indicator and along with our strategy and say, okay, I'm only going to buy cryptocurrency when the fear and greed index is underneath 30. Because what that indicates is that retail is panicking. Retail is selling. So if you look at this fear and greed index, you can see every time it gets below 30, the last time it got below 30 was back here in April. Okay, you can see right there, April 5th. You guys remember April 5th? This is when everyone was freaking out about the tariffs and everybody was losing their minds and everybody was, this was April right here last time, right here on SUI. That was April right there at $2. This thing went from 2 all the way up to 450. That was 100% move. So I really like that idea of thinking when it comes to the fear and greed index, because if you pair that, if you take that and you pair it with our trading rules over here, the rules that we use, it's going to work very, very well. Because if you're buying under 30, you're buying in times of uncertainty, you're buying in times of despair, you're buying in times of panic, right? If you come over here to our cheat sheet, okay, If you're buying under 30, there's no way when the fear and greed index, this fear and greed index right here, if you're buying when this is under 30, there is no possible way that you are buying up here. Right? If you're buying when it's under 30, you're buying somewhere right here. Somewhere at the bottom, because this tells us that people are panicking. People are uncertain. People are unsure. There's blood in the streets. That's pretty much what this tells us. Okay, and you can see every time it's come below 30, it's been a buying opportunity. So that's just something you guys can put in the toolbox if you want. Like if you want to consider, like, hey, do you think it's a good season to be buying cryptocurrency? If this indicator is under 30, the answer to that question should be yes, because you're buying as everybody else. What this measures is retail, and they're buying and they're selling. So when we're up here in extreme greed, like we were in November after Donald Trump got elected president, okay, that was right up here after, right, here's XRP back in November, right? Everyone saying XRP's going to $10,000 by the end of the year. Donald Trump's the president, yada, 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 right? See where the wave is, fear and greed, greedy, fearful, okay? Greedy, fearful. So if you're buying when this is under 30, you're never going to be buying the top, okay? You're normally buying somewhere in this area. So that's just another cool thing to consider. I listened to that guy and he said that, and I'm like, man, that's a great idea. That's a great idea, okay? Because markets suck. Markets suck right now. We get a big pump, it sells off. There's no follow through, or there hasn't been yet, right? So it's just kind of a frustrating market right now. And you could see it on the fear and greed index, right? People are uncertain, they're fearful, they're quitting, they're giving up, right? Because they weren't able to get rich quick, or as quick as they thought they could, right? So again, now they're going to go chase the next shiny object, right? They're going to quit down here because they're in despair. They just watched their account go down in the biggest liquidation event in the history of cryptocurrency a couple weeks ago, and they're just tired of it. And you know what? We can't blame them, but this is not where you want to give up, okay? This is not where you want to quit. Okay, we want to sell when people are really excited and right, we're in greed. This is where we want to take our profits. And again, if you look at that fear and greed index, I use coin market caps because I think it's the most used. It's nowhere near greed. We're below 30. Greed is up above 60. So when this comes over 60, then you could be thinking the opposite of like, okay, now I'm going to think about taking some profits, taking some off the table, because we want to buy when people are fearful and sell when they are greedy. Okay, that's right from Warren Buffett, the greatest investor of all time. What else we got? Fear and greed way low in April. Yep. I'm kicking my own butt for not buying names like Robinhood in April. Look at this. Look at April. Robinhood, green dot back there, $40. It's sitting at $150 now. Everyone was selling down here, panicking, right? Everyone's super bullish up here. That's just kind of the way it goes. So, yeah, I mean, take it with it as you will, guys. I just try to share as much information with you guys as I can. I've been doing this for 8 years, so I've been through many bull markets, many bear markets, and I try to share as much information as possible with you guys. I'm also here to gather information from you as well. I get just as much out of this channel as you guys probably get from me. So again, I'm only one person. It's a lot better to win with people than it is by yourselves, and it's good to have people there to hold you accountable and make sure you're staying disciplined and sticking to the rules, right? Because discipline is one of our big key components to our strategy. We have to have the discipline to stick to our buying strategy, to stick to our selling strategy. If you don't have a strategy, if you don't have a plan, and this goes with anything in life, this isn't just trading, investing. You can learn a lot of stuff in trading that will apply to other areas of your life, right? If you don't have a workout plan or a structured plan to maybe eat a good healthy diet, or maybe you want to get better, get smarter, maybe you want to study. If you don't have a study plan or a plan, I explain it as throwing darts at a dartboard with a blindfold on, right? You got to have a plan if you want to get better, and you got to have the discipline, okay, the discipline to follow that plan. I can have the greatest trading plan of all time, which I think we do have it. If you're a swing trader, I think this is one of the best swing trade strategies if you have the discipline to stick to it and really be 1 to 6 months out and really follow the signals. I don't think you can lose if you stay disciplined. And I'm not saying this is a 100% strategy, but the longer you're willing to hold, the longer you're willing to wait, the more accurate the strategy becomes. So, and again, you can have the best plan, the best strategy in the world. Okay, I could have the best workout plan in the world. If I want to get ripped, if I want to get big and strong, I can have the best plan in the world right? From Arnold Schwarzenegger himself. But if I don't have the discipline to get up out of bed every day and go to the gym and work out, probably nothing's gonna happen. It's the same thing with trading. We have a plan. We need the discipline in order to follow that plan. What else we got? DGB. Oops. Can I get an amen in the chat if you guys are hearing me? Can I get an amen in the chat? Shout out to the disciplined people. Shout out to the Spartans, baby. Let's go. Drop an amen and drop a... DGB is looking pretty good here. I like it above 8 cents. It is trying to break out here. It does have a monthly dot here showing up, so we would be looking to buy the green dots now. If you got it on the monthly green, you probably got in right here around 6 cents. Now it's all the way up here to 112. So as long as it holds 8, it looks good. Looks good. AVAX from Donald. I'm seeing all those amens in the chat. Hey, shout out to the Spartans, baby. Let's go. We're taking over. The Overkill Army. The Overkill Army is alive and well. You can't knock us out. We're the Spartans, baby. We're here to take over. To thrive. For the glory of God. Oh! I love you guys, man. I love you guys. AVAX. I'm going to revert you to the weekly here. Look for the weekly dot on AVAX. That'll give us a better idea. What I can tell you about AVAX is that 1470 was the bottom back here in April. It was the bottom, right around the bottom there in June, and we're right back at that level. So all we need is that confirmation there from the weekly chart on AVAX here. I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, if you guys are watching the replay, dude, give me an AU and an amen down there, baby. I want to know you guys are still watching. And by the way, if we can get this video to 300 likes here on the live, you guys are tuning into the live stream. If we can get the 300 likes by the time we sign off, I probably got another about 30 to 40 minutes. And I got to actually go. I had to start a little early today because I got some in real life things to take care of. So I had to start a little early today. So if you guys are watching the replay, let me know down in the comments section what you guys are looking at. And if we can get this video to 300 likes on the stream, I'll give away 200 XRP. 200 XRP, that's like $500. We need to get the 300 likes here by the time we sign off. If we can do it on the replay, I'll give away 100 XRP to somebody over here in the Discord under the giveaways tab. We got to do it by Friday, though. By Friday's live stream. We'll be live here on Friday. So if you are watching the replay and I missed your request, drop it over here in the chart request thread. Drop it down here, and we'll cover it there on Friday. We left off right here on SoFi. What's up, Bobby? That's right, Jeff. Any more requests? I see one from 3D Lake Maps. AMP. That is AMP token. An OG altcoin. This thing's old, man. I mean, it's right down at the bottom. The lower this wave goes, the more I like it. So another thing about the Fear and Greed Index is we can actually use this indicator to tell. Like, I like the weekly chart if I'm looking at this as a Fear and Greed Index. Okay, I'm looking at this as a reason to be bearish, right? This is when people are greedy, when the wave's up here, and this is when they're fearful. This is when people are down. Okay, this is when we just had a big pullback. So that's another thing you could use as a Fear and Greed Index as well as the wave trend on our indicator, that blue wave. Slow Train says, we love you, boss, and we're praying for you. Keep on keeping on for the Overkill Nation. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love you guys, man. I absolutely love you guys. Praying for the Overkill Army every single day. Praying that you all prosper and have peace in the Lord in your lives. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for that. Thank you, man. QNT. I'm sorry, AMP token though. I like it down here. I mean, up at 2 cents, it looks like a pretty reasonable place to start a position. If you want the absolute bottom, just wait for that signal. Wait for that monthly signal there. Thomas says, "Little dogs go yip, big dogs go woof." PK, appreciate you. H bar. We covered H bar. Still like H-bar as long as it holds 15 cents. I would have a stop loss around 15 cents, though. What's the daily saying? The daily's got a red dot here. I just want to see it hold 15. Up above 15, it looks good. We're just kind of going sideways right now. So looking for a breakout. This did have the weekly dot show up, but it faded away. So if you're in H-bar, I would have a stop loss set at 15 cents. Probably around 15, maybe 14. 14, 15 cents. Or just wait and look to buy it lower. It hit 10, popped right back up. I think we're going to go like this here into the end of the year. I think the pattern is going to go whoop back here maybe to 30 to 40 bucks. So I'd want to see that weekly come back there on H-bar. I want to see us hold 15 cents. Chart requests, chart requests, chart requests. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got now? QNT. Arthur, what's going on, brother? We'll get to Ondo here. QNT trying to find a bottom here at 70. This is another one of those ISO coins. You just want that monthly signal for the confirmation. The weekly is showing up here. So you could take a stab at it here if you want to play the weekly. The last time we got a weekly was back here in April at 63. It popped all the way up to 130. If you want to play that signal, I don't think it's a bad place here at 80 bucks if you believe in the project. Look for, it's got a daily red, so if you're going to play it here, I would just use a stop loss at 68. That's that low right there on November 4th. Ondo for Arthur, for my brother Arthur. Our Ondo's down here at 60. It's still red on the weekly. So, again, I'm going to revert you to the weekly chart on this one for Ondo. Look for that signal. Last time we got one was back here in June. We did the Ripsky. Same thing right here. Did the Ripsky. Same thing back here. Did the Ripsky. We just need to wait for that weekly signal. Current support is 55. Let's just be disciplined and wait for that weekly alert. Again, those alerts are going to be called out over here in the Discord for you guys. Ondo will be called out right here, just like XLY, SoFi, ALB, and McDonald's were today. This is where I'd be looking here. Okay, look for that weekly signal there on Ondo if you want to add to your position. AGIX from Donald. Is that a stock or a crypto? The stock looks bearish. Yeah, I'd be selling this one. I'd be taking some profits. We don't buy in the red zone. Anytime price is in the red zone, we don't want to touch it. MSTR. MicroStrategy. Wow, this thing's back down at 200 now. We've been short this thing since right here in July. I didn't open a short position, but I said, hey, we need to sell this thing at 400. Look at that. Coming down to 200. I said I would buy MicroStrategy if it hits 100 bucks. It's at 200 right now. I wouldn't touch this thing, to be honest with you. I'd wait for another green dot. Look at the monthly came right there in July of 2023. That was at $20. This thing went up 2,000%. So look for the monthly on MicroStrategy. I will be buying this if they don't implode. If Bitcoin crashes to 20,000, they're going to implode. But I just look for the green monthly on MSTR. I do like. I think it could probably see a bounce at 200, but again, everything looks very bearish. Very bearish. We covered SUI. Jeff said he spent some profits on my cousins and their family going to the football game and housing, paid for everything, bus money I ever spent. Yep. So how we do what we do, man. Money, we should not store up money. We should use our money to multiply. The Bible commands that. The Bible commands that we invest our money wisely. And it also advises us to be generous to the church. The church isn't just a place. It's everything you encounter, everybody you encounter, the people at the store, the people in the grocery line, your family, your friends, right? We should be giving back. The more you give, the more you're going to get. That is the natural law of money, okay? The more you give away, the more you are going to get. That is how it works. So we shouldn't be using money as an idol. We should use it as a tool, right? We should never invest more than we can afford to lose. And again, this is a long-term strategy, folks. If the market goes the other way on us for a couple months, that's the market, okay? There's nothing we could do about it, right? As long as we are sticking to our plan, okay, we should never be buying tops. We should always be buying down here. And then when we're buying down here, all we need to do is be patient until we get that big run up that comes, okay? It always comes, okay? Nothing goes straight up, nothing goes straight down. Eventually, the markets will reverse in the opposite direction. The markets only do three things, guys. Again, I've been doing this 8 years. They only do three things. They go up, they go down, or they go sideways. Okay? We want to buy the bottoms, and we want to buy consolidation. We don't want to buy MSTR right now because it's a falling knife. That looks so bad. Looks so ugly. See one for Sonic. We already covered a lot of those names, my friends, so you'll have to watch the replay, but I do like Sonic here. Sonic does look pretty good here, up above 10 cents. The daily chart is red, but I would say as long as you can hold on to this level right here where the buyer stepped in at 12, it looks good. So if you get a red dot, again, what you do is set a stop loss at the previous low. Previous low's right there, actually at around 11 cents. So I put a stop loss at 11 cents on Sonic here. We covered Algo, we covered SEI. ENA. Yeah, if you guys want to watch the replay, it's always available over here in the Discord under the latest tab. Discord is free to join. We do have a membership you guys can be a part of if you want for as little as $4 a month. But the latest tab will always have the latest live streams in case you guys miss them over here in the Discord. ENA, I am looking to the weekly. Okay, last weekly dot came back here in July. Ripsky. This one came right here in April. Kind of went sideways. Ripsky. Okay, just looking for that. I think we're probably going to get the weekly dots somewhere around December 1st. And I think from December probably into March or April, we're going to have one of these moves where we just go rip. December is normally a pretty bullish month for crypto, from my experience. FET from Donald. That one has the weekly. So I like this one. FET, I like this one above 20 cents. Looks good above 20. Doesn't have the monthly yet, though. But if it is going to bottom here on that green candle, 20 cents is your low. 20 cents is the bottom. SNCY, I see you, Jay. I see you. That one's pretty choppy. That one's pretty choppy. You said it looks like Alaska Airlines. I would rather buy Alaska Airlines, I think, here. Alaska Airlines looking way better. Clear stop loss, clear support right there at 39. A lot of room to go. I'd rather buy ALK. ABAT. This looks good. Down here at 4. That actually looks good. Green dot there on the daily, as long as it holds on to that low at 350, it looks pretty good. HON from Bob. What's going on, Bob? Honeywell. Looks good. Kind of curling up here. As long as that one holds 190, it's bullish. Our target would be up here at around 220. I'm guessing that one not green on the monthly yet, but you can see how it is trying to curl here. If you're going to take a stab at this one off that dot, I would definitely use a stop loss at 190. Can I look at Riot? Of course. Riot blockchain selling off pretty hard here. Mara got hit really hard today. These crypto miners are getting hit. So those are just falling knives. Again, where was your take profit on Riot? Up here in the red zone. Got a red dot in the red zone. Got a red dot in the red zone. Got a red dot in the red zone. Should have been taking profits. Now we're pulling back here. I want to see this one base out at 14. I'd be watching the daily here on Riot for a bounce. That one is still green there on the monthly too. So I don't know why that one's in our red list. It should be on the green list there. So looking for a daily on that one. You can see the last time I got a daily dot, you can see how it kind of went sideways, built a base, and then ripped. That's kind of the same thing I want to see. Yeah, this big sell-off. Now you kind of want to see it just go sideways, fluctuate, and then green dot will send it higher. Doesn't have the dot yet. That's what I'd be looking for on Riot. I don't trade leverage on crypto, no. Never. Never trade crypto leverage. It really hurts me to see some of these influencers with huge followings pushing leverage trading, because it's stupid. You're playing with money you can't afford to lose. So I would never ever advise anybody to trade crypto with leverage. Never. You don't need to. It's so volatile, you don't need to use leverage to make a lot of money. I mean, if you do it right, you don't need leverage. And when you use leverage, you're putting yourself at an extreme risk because of things that happen like this dip right here. Everyone who was leverage trading got wiped out. Doesn't matter if you're a 2x, 3x, Forex, you got wiped out. If you don't trade leverage, you can never get wiped out. You can never be wiped out if you don't trade with leverage. So I just always say no. No, no, no. Don't trade with leverage. MSTR drop has me interested, waiting for signal. Yeah, I think MSTR is going to be a fantastic buy on the next monthly signal. Okay, we just want to wait for that monthly signal. I think that's going to set up very nice. We just need to sit on our hands, be patient. When it comes, we will be there to attack. RNDR is a crypto. Yep. Yep. Signals work for spot traders. What's a spot trader? It's for swing trading. It works on any time frame. It's just more accurate on the monthly and the weekly and the daily. It's the higher the time frame, the more accurate the signals are. But there's people that use it for day trading. I mean, there's people that use it on the 15-minute and the 4-hour and the hourly, so on and so forth. But it's the most accurate on the monthly. NOMD. Yeah, if I don't see your request, just keep dropping it, guys. Don't worry about dropping it multiple times. I'm trying to dissect everybody in the chat. Nomad Food. They had a pretty nice gap up there. Target would be up here between 19 and 20. I actually like this one. Doesn't have the monthly yet, but it's been hit really hard here. Down 50% in the last 6 months. I like this one here. Up above $10. I think this one's very strong. I think this one's a buy. Good earnings beat. We're back over the 9 EMA. So if you guys are familiar with the indicator, it also comes with the 9 EMA. That's that orange line. So if I hide this Fibonacci here, you can see that orange line. So when we pop over that line, that's normally when things are getting bullish, right? The momentum's going back into our favor. When we're down below that orange line, that's when we're in a bear market, right? We're getting rejected, getting rejected, getting rejected. But as soon as we pop over it, that means buyers are coming. Buyers are stepping in control. So that's cool to see. You can see we lost the 9 there and then sold off and then just got rejected all the way down. But the fact that it's breaking back over that looks really good. I'd be a buyer of Nomad here on that breakout with a stop loss at $11. In the monthly, no dot yet, but it is showing a green candle, which is a potential reversal signal there. Oh, Nomad. Good request there. Okay, hello. Time to seed and harvest. Yes. I don't know if you know about me, guys, but I grew up in a farming family. Grew up with farmers. We grew wheat. We grew cattle, pigs, chickens, you name it. But I like to refer to investing as thinking like a farmer, right? There's when we plant our wheat, there's a time to plant the wheat. There's a time to invest, right? So if you're looking at it at a monthly chart, right? If we're thinking about planting, we want to plant our seeds down here, right? Bitcoin right here, January 2023 at 17,000. We should have planted some seeds there. Should have planted some seeds there. Should have planted some seeds there. And that was what we call planting season, right? There's planting season and there's harvesting season. So harvesting, we want to harvest those plants, those seeds on those red dots, right? That's kind of how this works. So think of yourself as a farmer. A farmer doesn't go plant a seed and then go out there and dig it up every single day and look at it and say, hey, are you growing? Are you going up? Are you, it doesn't. Plant the seed, let it eat, let it grow. Okay, that's how we do things around here. I got time for a couple more, folks, and I'm going to log off here. Probably another 10 minutes, so drop those requests here. OKLO has a red dot here on the monthly, so I'd be very careful. Again, you should have been taking profits on this one up here. Red dot in the red zone. If you guys are following our strategy, that's where we look to sell. It is trying to bounce here on the 50% line off of this green dot, but it's just there's not enough meat on the bone for me on this one. If this thing sells off to like 20 to 40, then maybe I'll take a stab at it. Not saying it's going to do that, but it's just not my liking. Again, red dots are our signals where we want to take profits. I think if this thing came down to 80, back into the orange line here on the monthly, I'd consider. But until that happens, I mean, I just wouldn't want to take a stab at it. If you want to take a stab at it on this green dot here, I would use a stop loss right there at $98. If it breaks 98, I would sell it. Okay, but again, you should have been taking profits here, and you should have been taking profits right here. Please don't spam like that. AIXB. Please don't spam like that. I can see it. I can see it. This one's a rug pull. I wouldn't touch this one. EYTH. I'm going to go ahead and put you in a timeout, my friend. You don't need to spam like that. I can see in the live chat. You don't need to drop it 25 times in a row. Your other one was Pyth. I would just look for 20 to 25 or a green dot here on the weekly. That should come pretty soon here. It has support down here at 7. This is one of the competitors with Chainlink. Personally, I would rather buy Chainlink than Pyth just because Chainlink's been around a lot longer and just has some very, very good partnerships. How about Wolf, WLF? Wolf looks toppy. Should have been selling right there on November 5th at 15. It's at 12 now. You also had a red dot back here at 15, 16. Yeah, I wouldn't touch this one until it came down to at least like $8. Again, you got the red weekly, red monthly. I'd just be using caution on this one. Had a nice run up there. Really nice run up. But now it's time to either set a stop loss, right? Use a stop loss right here at 1180. If it breaks 1180, I would sell it. Looks like they missed their earnings. DOUL or DUOL, Duolingo. $187. Yeah, this one needs a green monthly. Needs the green monthly dot. Yeah, Rose. It's had 2 monthlies. So again, these are swing trades. These are 1 to 6 month swing trades. So you said it gave it a few weeks ago. So you need to be willing to wait 6 months at a minimum if you want to follow these signals. I know it's hard to do. I know sometimes when we have a big dip like a couple months ago or last month, 40 down 40%, you got to be willing to hold through that. This one's still bullish. 2 cents is the level it looks like. I still like Rose. I think you should still be a buyer of this. If anything, you should be adding more to your position here. Turbo. So again, these signals are not for weeks. They're not for days. They are for 1 to 6 months out. 1 to 6 months, meaning you should be willing to hold for a minimum of 6 months. 6 months at the minimum is how long you should be willing to hold these signals. If you can't hold that long, I would not use this strategy. I would try to go find a day trader strategy and day trade. But 95% of those people fail, so 97%, I think. So yeah. Turbo, look for the weekly. It's kind of just getting rugged. I wait for the weekly signal on this one. There's no data on the monthly, so again, I'd be careful with these meme coins. I wouldn't be touching meme coins. Donald says Doge. Doge is sitting right there around 17. Again, does not have the green monthly yet. So that one's trying to find a bottom right there at 15. As long as I can hold on to 15 cents, I like it. Just want to see that green monthly come back there on Doge. ATH. So AI name here, one of those new AI names. So that one's sitting right down here at the low of April. So again, I'm just looking for the weekly signal on ATH. You want to see that weekly dot come through there on ATH. And again, that will be called out in the Discord over here under the weekly alerts section there. Just want to go ahead and give a shout out to all the new Spartans over here, all the people joining up this week, becoming members of the Discord. If you guys are not members of the Discord, you guys can join over here under the Become a Member tab. That's going to get you access to the trade alerts, our weekly watch list, 24/7 trade support, our member chat. So when we log off the live, there's no chat on YouTube. But over here, we got chat going on all day long. You guys can chat with our members. We got a stock chat. We got a crypto chat. We got a captain chat if you guys want to become a captain, and also Spartan chat over here. So if you guys are not a member, check out the Become a Member tab over here. Again, if you guys do not have the indicators, you guys can download those over here under the Trading Indicator tab. Everything that we talked about today, like I said, your screen's going to look exactly like my screen. When you come through and get those, you're going to get all the indicators, everything you see on my screen. If you have questions or need help loading that up, just hit that email right there. And again, if you guys are new, I'd highly recommend checking out my free trading course over here. If you guys want to learn more about the strategy. But that's it for today, folks. If I missed your guys' request, drop it over here in the chart request thread, and I will cover it on Friday. We left off right here on SoFi. So on Friday, I will be taking more requests over here from the chart request thread, and that is the day we cover our watch list. So our watch list is going to be everything that I am holding and also everything that I am looking to buy the following week here in our watch list. So we cover this every Friday. Wednesdays are for chart requests. This is like your guys' live stream. I want to answer all your questions. I want to answer all your chart requests. so on and so forth. So again, if we can get this video to 300 likes, if you guys are watching the replay right now, we didn't get to it on the live, but if we can get to 300 likes by Friday, I'll give away 100 XRP in the Discord. We got to do it by the time we go live on Friday, though, and I'll give away that XRP over there inside the Discord. God bless you guys. Have a great rest of the day. We'll see you guys back here on Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. I love you guys. Take care. Hit me up in the Discord if you guys need me. We got support chat right over here. I'm always answering questions and concerns over here in the support chat. So if you guys have any questions or need help, feel free to hit my line. I'll be over here in the Discord with you guys. Keep carrying on. God bless you. And last but not least,